Hey, what's going on, sports fans? As you can see, I'm going to be doing Week 16 NFL picks. You can see them right there. Uh, did this last week, and as I said, going forward, even into next season, I'll probably be doing my picks episodes like this. That way, you can kind of see and keep better track of my record and all that going forward. Last week, I believe I went 7-9 or 8-8, and also doing this way. It's only Wednesday. I think last week I waited until like Friday to do it, so I didn't really get to do my Thursday night pick on here. But obviously get to do that here. So we'll get the full record for the week, when I'm done. Hopefully have a better week this week than last week. But some interesting games on the schedule this week. 27 teams are still technically available for the playoffs. So a lot of these games are gonna eliminate some of these teams, and we're just gonna kind of go through this. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you're enjoying the holiday season and you're staying warm out there. I know it's kind of cold everywhere at this point, but um, you know, do what you can. Just make it through, and yeah, just enjoy family and friends. But go ahead, get into these picks, and yeah, we'll see if you agree with me or not. So first game Thursday night, Jacksonville against the Jets. Interesting game. 6-8 Jaguars, 7-7 Jets. So for Jacksonville, depending on what happens with the Titans this week, the Jaguars could find themselves waking up Monday morning, being in first place in the AFC South. As crazy as that may sound to some of you, but that is the likely scenario because they beat the Titans earlier in the year, so they already had the tiebreaker. They face each other final week of the season. The Jets, this kind of seems like an elimination game for them. If they lose it, they drop to 7-8, and I don't know outside of winning a division, which they can win with 9 wins in the AFC. I don't know if 9-8 gets them in, especially with the what happened to how am I gonna put this? They'd have to jump the Patriots, who own the tiebreaker against them. They'd have to jump either the Chargers or the Dolphins, who already have 8 wins. So yeah, a lot on the line here. I'm going Jacksonville. I've been a big proponer. Not that's not even a word. I've been a big believer. Don't know. I think I had the word proponent and whatever, but big believer in the Jaguars winning that division. Not fully on the Titan train here, so I think Jacksonville keeps their division hopes alive in this one and gets to 7-8. Even being 1.5 point underdog, I like their chances there. All right, Bills Bears. Bills 11-3. Bears are 3-11. Bills are trying to hold on to the number one spot in the AFC and get that bye in the first week. The Chiefs are right there. We'll probably be fighting with them through the rest of the season. Bears are, they're in spectator mode at this point. Fields is still their real offensive threat. 8.5 is kind of a big spread, but I'll go with the Bills here. I could see this being a 10-point win for the Bills. They're just the more talented team. Not much else needs to be said. Browns and the Saints. The Browns are 6-8. Saints are 5-9. Yes, the Saints are still alive in the NFC South because nobody wants to win that division apparently. The Browns have a you know outside shot of the playoff spot, but that shot it's a vast space between them being a legitimate playoff team and where they currently are. So a lot would have to happen for them to get in. Do we see improved play out of Deshaun Watson? That's probably going to be the biggest factor in this game. And for me, I'm gonna go yes. I get the Browns minus the 3.5. Could be a 6 point spread in this one, like a 26-20 type of game. But I do think the Browns, yeah, I can say that they're probably the better team talent wise. Would I probably take Stefanski over Dennis Allen? that could be a big factor as well. But give me the Browns. All right, Texans, Titans. Texans coming to us 1-12-1. Titans are 7-7. So, if you heard me on Big Three, last night, I, I basically gave away this pick. I have the Titans on upset alert. I think the Texans, as wild as it sounds, they at least cover the 7.5. I think there's a legitimate outside chance they win this game outright. So thinking that way, I got to go Texans here. I I mean, I know the Texans aren't a good team, but a lot of their issues are at the quarterback position. Defensively, they come to play every week. I got to give them credit for that. So if they could just get, I don't know, if the offense could put up 17, 20 points, I honestly think that defense would be good enough to hold the Titans to less. But at least 7.5, I think that's way too much faith to put in a Titans team that isn't dynamic offensively. So Seahawks Chiefs 9.5 point spread. Seahawks are 7-7. Chiefs are 11-3. This is another interesting spread because I feel like the Chiefs win the game. Well, I don't know. Are they 10 points better than the Seahawks are right now? I don't know. In that game, I gotta look at my whiteboard here real quick. Where is that game? In Kansas City. That's tough. It was in Seattle. I'd probably go here no problem. Seattle's been slipping lately, though. My worry for Seahawks fans would be if this recent slide, it just kind of bottoms out because maybe they lose confidence or whatever. Or they weather this storm, having to facing the 49ers last week, Chiefs this week. Their final 2 games of the season are easily winnable. So if they were to steal this game against the Chiefs, they'd be in a perfect position to get a playoff spot. I don't know how much of that I can really bank on. I think I'm tentatively going to go with the Chiefs, but the 9.5 points scares me. But being an Arrowhead makes you feel better about it. This one is going to be a tough one, but I'll stick with the Chiefs. All right, Giants, Vikings, 3.5 point spread. That game is in Minnesota. Okay. I feel like I just realized the team's on the right, clearly the home team. Don't know why I keep looking at the whiteboard. But so it's in Minnesota. For the Giants, this is a game. So looking at their final schedule, their final run, this was a game that I kind of didn't see them winning. Them getting to 8 wins last week, beating the Commanders, was a big, big win for them. I think if they lose that game, there's a good chance they lose out, miss out, and all that. But getting that win, I think they have maybe one more winnable game left in the 3. And if they get to 9 wins, they'll be in. Minnesota at this point, what are they playing for? I mean, what are they, 2 games behind the Eagles? So it's probably slim chance they could overtake them for the 1 seed. I mean, the Niners a 3 seed. So I guess, yeah, they still have something to play for. Give the Vikings here. Hopefully it's not a game where they find themselves down 30 points like they did to the Colts and then have to make a comeback. I still don't understand how that happened, but all right, so here we go. Patriots, Bengals, 3.5 point spread. Game is in Gillette Stadium. I mean, you already know. I'm a big fan of the Bengals and Burrow in that offense and what they are capable of. I'm a diehard Patriots fan. So will I let my fandom cloud my judgment on this one? That is the question that we're all asking. Is this defense good enough to slow down that offense? Yes. Do I know what I'm going to get from this offense? No. It's killing me. I gotta go Bengals here, which would probably, you know, close the door on a postseason berth for my Patriots. But if you go way back to before the season, I don't believe I had the Patriots in the playoffs anyway. I had them as an 8-9 win team, which is ultimately what they're going to end up being. And I think in the AFC, that's just not going to be good enough. All right, Lions and the Panthers. I'm going here. I just like what the Lions are doing. I got to be honest with you. You know, I'm not a fan of Sam Darnold or whatever the Panthers got going on right now. But this Lions team, yeah, I think they continue riding this wave of improved play, get to 8-7, and really put some pressure on some of these NFC teams that are in the playoffs right now because the Lions are coming, and they're gonna have to keep winning to keep the Lions out. Falcons, Ravens, 7.5 point favorite for the Ravens. So now I'm assuming that they're assuming that Lamar Jackson plays this week. My question is, do you rush Lamar Jackson back to face a Falcons team that just made a quarterback change with Desmond Ridder now the quarterback after Desmond Ridder's play last week in a team that, you know, other than Cordero Patterson and Drake London on offense, aren't scary. Defensively, a lot of holes defensively. And even with Lamar playing in the way that this Ravens offense has played recently, are they a touchdown better than anybody in the league? And what's crazy is if you look at this right here, 64% of people on ESPN are picking the Falcons to cover. So do I join them? Or, you know what? No. Give me the Ravens here. This is a game where, you know, the Ravens will probably take advantage of a team that's not that good. Ravens fans will get their hopes up that, oh, we're back, we're one of the teams, and then, yeah, they'll realize that they're not that team. It's just that Steve's not good. And even though I'm a Patriots fan, born and raised in Boston, so that's my team. Live in the Atlanta area now, so I watch the Falcons a lot, and I'll tell you, it is not pretty what's going on in Atlanta right now. So, give me the Ravens. This is a sneaky, interesting game. Commanders and the Niners, 7.5 point spread. We're going to see again Brock Purdy. What can he pull off this week? But I kind of have to go here only because that defense it's just really good. It just is. And offensively, like I said, Purdy, take care of the ball, put the ball in the hands of the guys who make plays, McCaffrey, Samuel Ayuk. Niners will be fine. I'm rooting for the Commanders to get in. I really am. I mean, I like Ron Rivera. I find it hilarious the way that the Commanders seem to play better under Heineke. And since I've been, you know, talking about the Giants falling out, I got to put somebody in there. I mean, the Commanders are in right now. So, you know, and I just said, a couple minutes ago that the Lions probably get in. So that means I would think the Lions get in instead of the Giants and not instead of the Commanders. So it would be a tough loss for the Commanders. They would drop them to what, 7-1? Yeah. So I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I gotta go to the Niners here. They're just too good. Too good. It's gonna make me wonder if Trey Lance played the whole year, what would the Niners look like? Because he brings a dynamic that Garoppolo or Purdy don't have. Even if Garoppolo stayed healthy, what would this team look like? And now the question is going to be, you know, how far can they go with the defense carrying them because of Brock Purdy? weird season for the Niners. They still find themselves 10-4. That's got to be a shout out to Shanahan and those guys on that staff. Really getting this team prepared through all the adversity and continuing to win. Shanahan might be coach of the year, but we'll make those predictions in another episode. Eagles Cowboys is probably the game that everybody's gonna be looking at this week. Now the matchup isn't as attractive anymore now that we know Jalen Hurts isn't gonna play, but we're getting Gardner Minshew. Crazy thing is Gardner Minshew is a talented quarterback. He just hasn't played in a while. And I also don't know what he's going to look like with this offense. But you know what? Give him the Eagles anyway. Look, 59% picking the Cowboys. I get it. No Jalen Hurts. Why would you be scared of Gardner Minshew? Gardner Minshew is a talented guy. And for a game or two, I think he could win some games. Well, I mean, win a couple of games. Not some. It's only 2 games. But too many questions about Dak and the offense that I think, the drop off from Hurts to Minshew, I feel like they're still better because of the Cowboys offense right now. So because of that, give me the Eagles plus 1.5. So I'm picking the upset there, but to me, not really much of an upset. All right, we're getting through these. Only a few games left. Oh, where'd I go? All right. Raiders, Steelers. 2.5 point spread in Pittsburgh. Raiders coming off that crazy win over the Patriots. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Kenny Pickett's back for the Steelers. Should feel a little bit better about that. Thank God it's not Mitch Trubisky. If it was Trubisky, you'd have to think about Deontay Johnson saying he'd rather see Mason Rudolph. So Kenny Pickett coming back cancels out that drama. I'm going to go with the Raiders plus 2.5. I think they're a more talented team, but I'm honestly not sure. Pickett is a younger quarterback, but between Pickett and Carr, who's more talented? It's probably more of a conversation than you probably think. Davante Adams, better than any wide receiver that the Steelers have. Oh, George Pickens, pretty good player. Oh man, I would take Tomlin over McDaniels, but give me the defense. Yeah, give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. All right, Packers, Dolphins in Miami, which I think is an important factor into this. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I know Green Bay beat the Rams Monday night, and we saw, I guess, happy Aaron Rodgers after the game, just laughing it up. That's the front runner in Aaron Rodgers, so I think he goes back to pouting and all that against the Dolphins this week. So give me the Dolphins minus the 4.5. I think, game in Miami. I see Tua in that offense, doing well. And I haven't been a believer in the Packers all year. I'm not going to change my story now. So give me the Dolphins. All right, what is this? Sunday, 4:30. I was afraid that this was a Sunday night game, but Broncos Rams. Oof, what a dud this is. I don't. Who is starting for the Broncos? Is it Brett Rippon? Pretty sure it's not Russell Wilson's not playing in this game, is he? I'm assuming he's not. But why are they a half-point favorite then? Oh, this is gonna be a tricky one. If Russell Wilson is playing, I'm going here. If he's not, to be honest with you, I might even go here anyway. No, I'll take the Rams here. I honestly don't have a valid reason for it. The same way, I probably wouldn't have a valid reason picking them. Going with the hunch here, I'm gonna go with the Rams plus half a point. Bucks Cardinals, another dud. No Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy. Trust Colt McCoy against the Bucks defense. That isn't great. Isn't bad. Probably slightly above average. Brady against a defense that likes to blitz with that offensive line. So this could just be an ugly game. 4.5 point spread. Give me the Bucks. Once again, not confident in that one at all. Monday night, Chargers, Colts, another dud. Give me the Chargers. Jeff Saturday, Nick Foles now starting. No thank you. Give me Justin Herbert and that offense. So, and then always answer this question. Total points will be scored. So I'm going to say it's going to be 27. Oh, 27-13. Give me 40 points. There you are. Those are my picks. So, actually, let me get this off of here. All right. So, those are the picks for the week. And like I said, pick against the spread. Give myself a bit of a challenge. Let me know down in the comment section if there's any pick that you disagree with, or kind of like what we do on the Big Three podcast. You can let me know in the comment section who's your lock of the week and who's your upset of the week. As you see, I picked a few upsets, and there's a couple of games that I kind of said were locks for one team or the other. So it's going to be an interesting week. 27 teams having legitimate shots at the playoffs. I feel like that number is going to drastically drop after this week. And then we'll kind of see where we are next week. But we're getting down to the end of the NFL season. It's kind of a sad time because NFL season it's just great. But I think the playoffs this year are going to be intriguing, to say the least. So definitely can't wait for that. But thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But let me see what else I gotta say. Also, if you, haven't gone over to my TikTok, it's at Chompin Podcast over there. Make sure you go over there and follow me there as well, because sometimes when I don't do full episodes like this, I put out just little TikTok, videos about a minute long, sometimes 15 seconds, but mostly minute long, clips over there. So good way to, keep up with me when I'm not putting up stuff over here. But thanks again. And let me see. As I reminded you earlier, Sports Empire Network, I'm over there Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays now, each night at 7 o'clock. So make sure you go over there and check me out. Check us out live. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, tikilive.com. Make sure you subscribe on whichever platform that you choose to check us out at. Because, outside of the shows I do, there's other great shows on there and great shows to come. So make sure you subscribe over there. JGL Sports Talk Show, I'm on there Fridays right now. We're thinking about adding a second day. But definitely subscribe over there because we have a really fun time over there. Just Jordan and myself. Talk a lot about what's going on in sports. And last week we talked about the Brittany Griner, situation. So we can bring in some stories where like politics cross in with sports. So, we just have a lot of fun over there. Make sure you check me out over there. That's about it. Those are all the places you can find me other than right here, which, like I said, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And really appreciate you guys. We're getting down to the end of 2022, as crazy as that sounds. So I feel like we had a really, really good year. Really appreciate you guys. And trust me, it's going to keep going into 2023. I feel like a lot of big things will be happening. So as I always say, be safe out there. God bless. And I'll catch you on the next episode. All right, guys, have a good one.